Hello, guys. I am back on this 81st day. No lights, guys, again, because guess what? We're gonna be moving. But no. Anywho, I'm back. I don't know if I have any questions for you guys, but I do have this to talk about. I want to talk about realistic goals or realistic goals. And this is going actually into the new year. I think that it's important to start thinking about it now and not waiting to the first of the year. So that's what we're going to talk about. So my name is Fonte and it's Tay's World. So back to those goals. I'm not going to keep you long at all. But one of the things that I keep hearing, and I don't think that it's for naught, or I don't think that it's a waste, is that I keep hearing the idea to not wait until the new year to begin your vision board or to think about your next goals, which I'm so in agreement with that. I think sometimes we wait too long or we push off thinking about the goals because we know once we think about those goals, we actually have to try to do something towards them. But one of the things that I'm really getting into is trying to be ahead of the curve. So, in essence, it's almost like this 100-day weight loss transformation journey was like a prerequisite for the new year, if that makes sense. So, like, it's literally like I've been preparing myself. Excuse me. So instead of saying I'm waiting for the New Year's to do something about my weight or to start focusing on my weight and do something about it or my health in general, it was like this 100 days was a precursor to that. And I didn't realize that until I started looking into things like, why does this feel like I keep saying that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Because the reality is that this has been just the beginning. And I'm glad that I started before the new year. I'm glad I started this thought process before the new year came. So it's not like, so when the new year comes, it's not as if this is pressure to start, ooh, you better start something on your weight. No, because I've been doing it already for 100 days. I've already been getting my mind ready. I've already been getting routines together, how to cook, what to cook, what beverages to drink, getting the mindset, learning how to deal with certain habits, learning how to deal with certain stressors along the way. So this has been amazing, to say the least, that without knowing it, I was already preparing for 2024 and the goals that I desire to attack or the goals that I desire to go after in the new year. And it was just amazing to think about. That's why I said I don't know if I necessarily have questions, because sometimes people, especially when it comes to the New Year's, sometimes some people are excited about the New Year. Sometimes people are like, oh, I hope it is not like this present year. And then sometimes people just don't want to talk about it. So I don't want to ask questions and put pressure upon other people, but it was just amazing it is just amazing to me how I just keep hearing, so many, whether it's sermons or whether it's just people talking about going after goals and how it's important to start now instead of waiting to the New Year's, or at least start getting in the routine of things so that in the new year it's not just a shock, or it won't become just a fad. And a fad is that it's something that I think about temporarily or that I'm doing now because it's so important, but then in a few months or a few weeks or even a few days, I'm over it and you just go on to the next thing. Well, the great thing about this is that I've already started for the 100 days. I'm already creating routines, already creating habits, better eating habits, better thinking of the exercise, better, just overall better habits in general. And so it will be easier to incorporate even better habits into the new year because I'm already on that journey. And it's not just for this weight loss, guys. I have written down various things that I will be going over and I will be addressing in the new year. And one of the other things that I don't know if I shared with you guys. I might have, but I can't remember if I did. I ain't gonna lie. Is that one of the individuals I was looking at and kind of going over, how to address goals. And one of the things that really struck out to me is that because normally when I write down a goal, like I'll think about like something that I want to get done in a year or two or three or four or five. And to me, those are long-term goals. But one thing that this individual she said, don't just write a vision board for just a year. Write your vision board for what you want and desire for the rest of your life. And I'm going to tell you something that changed my mind, that changed my mindset. It did change my mental. It changed my mindset because this whole time, even when I think about, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. Even when I thought about goals, I've always thought about them in no more than about 5 years out, right? I've never just sat down and said, okay, what is my entire, okay, yes, a year, 5 years, 10 years, but what about those 15, 20, 25 years? Blessed to live 30, 40 more years. What are the goals? What are the things that I just want to complete in life? Period. Like, what are some of the things that I want to accomplish? And that really made me become not just excited about the next year, but it's just making me become excited about the rest of life, period. It gives you something to look forward to. And also, it's good to get those ideas out of your head because a lot of times they'll sit up here for years and we do nothing with them. So they could have been 5-year goals, but because I didn't do nothing with them, now the 5 years won't start until I actually start applying it. So what this does, the vision, whether it's in a vision board, whether it's you writing down in a journal, whether it's you speaking about it, it is so important, I think, to address those goals. And I'm talking about for the lifetime. Even if you're very meticulous and want to draw it out for a year, 3, 5, 10, or the 7, 10, 15, 20, whatever. If you want to draw it out in that manner, like almost like an outline for your life, cool, do that. I don't know if I want to be that specific. I just know that I do want to get out all of those ideas that I have in my head out on paper. Some of them have been on paper. Some of them are in my phone because sometimes it'll catch me off guard and it'll hit me like, I can do that. And it's like, yes, that's a goal that you have. Do it. So it has just been exciting. And I'll tell you, starting this journey, this 100-day weight loss journey has helped me in every area of my life. Every area of my life. When I say every area, I mean every area. So that's why when I come on and say, okay, this is pertaining to food, or I have to be specific because I mean some of these things kind of hit me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is beyond. This is going to help me just beyond weight loss. This is going to help me or others and in different areas of your life. Just dealing with the mindset in general. And so I'm so very grateful to be able to have started this journey back on September, I think 23rd, on my friend's birthday. And it has been amazing. It has been an amazing journey. It has just revved me up just prepared me. Like I'm happy that I'm not beginning the beginning of the year. I'm happy that I'm beginning now. I'm happy that I began back on September 23rd. And what I'll say to you is this. If you have not started your journey, you said, well, I'll wait until the first 100 days of the year to do it. Fine. But what I do implore you to do is please start. Please start somewhere. If you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to wait until the first of the year to start. Start now. Start tomorrow. Start tonight if you need to. It's just, I implore you to start. Because sometimes the hardest thing to do is to start. And I'm going to tell you, it was hard for me to do this. And the Lord said, you already got your camera. You already got a phone. That's all you need. Start. And I was so terrified. But the Lord said, it's not going to happen by itself. It's not going to happen by itself. You're not going to accomplish it until you just do it. And that first day I was so afraid. I was so afraid. I was so worried. And when I finally posted that first video, oh my goodness, a sense of relief. You don't understand. I slept so well the first week. The first week of doing this, I did every night. I slept because I felt like I have accomplished something that I was meant to accomplish and meant to do. So please do not put off what you know. And you can feel it. It's a feeling that is all consuming. It's like when you're not distracted, when you're purposely not distracting yourself, it's the first thing you think about. It's what you when you're thinking about, well, what can I do to do this? An idea comes to you and it just keeps coming over and over and over again. Please do it. Please do it. Please start. Please research. Do something to start this goal and to start your way or your journey towards completing that goal. Okay? So my thing is don't wait. Start now if you can. If you can't start now and you say I'm going to start in a week. If you say that you're going to start in a week, please start in a week. Just begin. Because I'm telling you, once you begin and you really give it your all and you really say, you know what? I'm going to do this. I promise you, it becomes easier every day. You're going to have hiccups. I didn't say it's going to be perfect. I didn't say it was going to be smooth all the time, but it is so worthwhile. And it just feels good. You know how that feeling is when you've accomplished a goal, like when you've graduated. Remember when you graduated high school and that sense of I've completed, like all of this work and all of this schooling was not for just nothing. It was for me to at least get a basic education and to have something, a starting point. Like that's what this feels like. It really feels like when you start and you're actually applying yourself, that feeling all over again, like, yeah, I'm doing something worthwhile. Like I'm doing something that's towards my purpose. So I encourage everyone. There's always something that we should be doing. I'm going to be honest with you. And so if it's something that's on you, that's on your heart, that's on your mind, and you can feel it deep down in your gut, and you're just like, I know I'm called to do this. Please, I beg you, please start. And remember, a start does not have to always begin. I started with looking at different diet plans. I started looking at and reviewing the past and how what worked for me in the past, what didn't work for me. I mean, I wrote down things. Okay, that didn't work. This worked. Yeah, it worked, but it only worked for this amount of time. I don't think that's going to do. So like literally, I could analyze that thing. And I set aside the different things that I wanted to do, how I wanted to first start this journey. And I said on that Monday, I started on a Saturday, but that was the planning problem. I actually started 3 days before the 100 days because I wanted to kind of give a rev up, but I also wanted to start. That's when I started 3 days before the 100 days. And then I waited until that Monday to officially start the eating plan and exercise part of it. Right. And that was good for me. But the fact that I was applying myself mentally to it already, I was gearing myself up. I was trying to look at different things that would hinder me, what would motivate me, so all these things helped to get me to that point where my Monday, it came, boom, start. That's what I mean by you're just gearing yourself up to even start. That's important because I promise you, if you're going to use the time to write down your goals and how you can apply yourself. I'm telling you something. When you start just doing that, you look like I don't want to be wasting. I don't want to waste no time. So I'm not going to do all that work. I'm not going to do all that soul searching and research. I'm not going to do all that. And then on the day that it's time to apply myself, I ain't going to do it. No. I have invested too much. I've invested time. I've invested effort. So I'm going to give this at least a try. Right? So that's what I mean by, even if you do not begin that exact goal at that specific time, you work towards it. You work up towards that goal, or towards starting that goal. Okay, just start somewhere. What I'm trying to tell you is start. Just start. I promise you. Even you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have all of the oh my goodness. If I sat up there and I thought that I had to have 100 subject topics to talk about before doing this, I would have never started. If I thought, oh my goodness, I have to have all my meals planned out every day before I start because I don't want to, I would have never started. Okay, so again, the journey and the transformation is not meant to be perfect. It's meant for you to start, and for you to, as you go along, you're going to learn. You're going to learn different techniques. You're going to learn what works for you. You're going to learn for other things that can work better for you. And so that gives you room to incorporate these new things, and also give you a bit of wiggle room to figure out new routines, new habits, and things of that nature. And I'm not just talking about weight loss. I'm talking about anything. We all have habits for stuff that we do. We all have plans and things of that nature, and ways that we go about doing things that technically work for us now. But once you're in a new area of your life, you may have to change some things. You may have to rearrange how you think and how you do things. So that's what I mean by you want to give yourself wiggle room to really to think and to add new things to your life, and to be able to focus on new things. So I don't want to get carried away or start talking about a new subject, but please, if you have a goal, unction, just anything within you that's strong, please start. Please start now. You can wait to the beginning of the year. You sure can. But I can tell you, it feels great. It feels even better to start before. My name is Fonte. I want you to be wait, get it together, girl. I want you to be courageous. Oh my goodness, y'all. Am I sleepy or what? What is my slogan? I'm messing up, y'all. See? I done got so excited. So anyway, I'll say this. I'll end with, remember to be consistent. Jesus. Courageous and disciplined in all that you do. Remember, just start. Just start. Start where you are. There's not a problem starting where you are. Start where you are with what you have. And I promise you, if you continue to go through it, you're going to learn more. You're going to do better. And you'll be your biggest hype man ever. All right? Bye-bye. Good night.